It wasn't as lively as the former, but Frank didn't realize. As soon as he crossed the door and saw Sal alone, abandoned his friend and approached him. "How are you doing?" he asked, greeting. "Bah, the usual," Sal answered, pretending being interesting. "You are so lonely today," Frank started. "Today?" Sal got surprised. "So have we met before?" Frank doubted. He didn't know if encourage his ego or keep a tight rein on him. He still didn't know which was the button that stimulated Sal's desire. "Do you come around often?" Sal kept on with the interview. "I don't think I know you." "No, this is my second time," Frank said, forced by the insistence. But contrary to Frank's expectations, Sal didn't attach importance to his interest. He spoke about the great fun the parties were, and that he had to go there more, because there could meet good people. And without realizing, they chatted friendly, on their own, although people surrounded them. And without realizing, he fell. "What do you do?" Sal asked directly. "I don't have a job," Frank answered. Sal gave a step backwards, not literally, but he stopped dead his illusions, because he had just built up his hopes, even though he had half an agreement with Romo. He liked Frank. He seemed his other half. He felt knowing him. But not having a job meant being much more at margin than he was ready to face. "I have a grocery," Frank clarified quickly. Sal started to feel an Umbel that was growing panic branches straight from the very root. "It isn't a big business, but I earn my living," Frank finished, trying to mend what he saw lost. "At the stone houses?" Sal asked, confirming. Sal knew very well that a person that ruled a grocery must be there. At the city there only were big commercial chains. Nobody dared opening a shop. I mean, nobody could. "What do you sell?" Sal tried to pretend. He didn't want Frank could tell the uneasiness. He liked Frank. He was feeling like never before. First Romo, then Frank. He started to think he had made his life up, ignorant of the artificial that the situation was. He needed affection, not criticism. He valued, while Frank was telling him the products he got import avoiding government controls, if the final step to the other side was worthy, or if it was better to pass over it. At the end, Romo was a kind shop assistant, not too much passionate in bed, not too much demanding in life. But Frank had that rebelliousness he hadn't seen in the men he had been mixed with. Maybe in Hugo. No, not even Hugo. "And what do you do?" Frank attacked. "I work at the post office," Sal answered from miles away. "It must be very interesting," Frank guessed. "Well, the usual." Sal tried to make himself seem interesting again. "And do you work for—" Frank said, referring to the organization. Sal didn't answer. It wasn't a question one could make. Although, thinking where they were in one way or another, they collaborated, that question was not done. Excuse me," Frank rectified. "You don't need to answer." "No, it doesn't matter," Sal said. But he didn't answer. He still wasn't certain. He still hadn't found out his gift.